Hello there, welcome to my new video. Alright, so this is the third tutorial on Week of Game Development, and I'm making the how and leaderboard scene so you can see how to play the game and who has the highest score. So first thing we're going to do is make the buttons for it underneath this play button. So create a new button. We're going to name it HWB for how button equals new button. See, X position 200, Y position 300, width 100, height 50, text size 24, text in the button will be how, and the scene it will go to is how. Alright, so now we need to add this button to our array of buttons that the mouse click functions can check for. There we go. And now we go down to scenes and draw HW button dot draw. And it's a little lower than we expected, so let's move it up a little bit to like 275, I think. We'll do 265. Okay, so when we click on this button, it goes to a blank scene. So that means we have to create a scene, a how scene. So in scenes, we're going to write function how for the how scene. And we're going to use the old background function we defined above for it with the stuff. Alright, now in scene management, we can go down and define a new case. If the case is how, then draw the function how. Alright, so there's the background, and now we need the home button. I'm going to put that home button a little below. There we go. Alright, now what we need to do is we're going to make our title function that draws Dodge game a little smarter. So what we're going to do is go to here and type in an attribute in the title function called txt. And then in the text we'll call that attribute txt, and then below we can set the attribute in home as Dodge game, and in here we can do how to play. Okay, so now it should say how to play up here. Yep. And now all we need to do is write a bunch of text that explains how to play. So we just need a text size set to like 15 for now, and then fill it with black. And then let's see, what should our message be? This is going to be a Dodge game, so just explain how a basic Dodge game works. Okay, so we got a good how description in, so let's define X and Y. We're going to do 0, 0 because we're doing width and height attributes as well. 400, 400. There we go. So right in the middle of the screen is our text. Now there's something cool you can do with text. You can make it animate so that it will come into existence. So you can read it as it comes into existence. And this is a little bit tricky, but it's not very hard. So what we can do is just define a new variable above the how scene called index. Make it 0. And then in the how scene you can create a new variable called, we're going to call it temp. And then we're going to say equals, and we're going to take all this text, cut it, and paste it, and after the text say dot substring, and put in the attributes 0 and index. Okay, now in here we'll write temp, and below the text function, actually above the text function, we'll write index plus equals 0.5. And there we go. Now that's looking a little bit fast, so let's slow it down to like 0.2. Now that looks pretty good. But there is one issue with this function, is that when you go home and then go back to the how function, it doesn't animate anymore, it just leaves it there. The nice thing is, there is a fix to this. You can go to the transition function, and underneath this for loop in the this.a statement, you can write if this.end scene, I mean, equals, triple equals, how, then you can write index equals 0. Now, I won't know what index is talking about because it was used before it was defined. So what we can just do is define index above. Okay, so actually you have to put this if statement with index equals 0 above a scene equals this.end scene in the transition function. Alright, so that looks like the how function is all done, because you can go back and forth in between it and it animates. So now all we have left is the leaderboard for today. So once again, we'll create another button called Leaderboard button, LD, and we'll give it the basic attributes 200, and then 265 plus 65, 150, 24, lead, and of course add it to the array. There we go. Now let's create the scene. Function lead, background, title leaderboard, text size 20, fill 0, and then home button.draw. Now we go down to scene management and say case quotation lead, and then leaderboard. Alright, and now in the home function we have to call the leaderboard button. Here we go. And now it goes to the leaderboard. Okay, so up in global variables, we'll make a new variable called leaders. And this will hold all the text for whoever is in the lead. So we'll have the top 5 leaders in this leaderboard. And for the text, I'm just going to paste a bunch of code and explain what it all means. So we have a for loop here that starts with 0 and is less than the array leaders. Basically, I could have written var I in leaders, but I did it this way instead. So we have an alignment which aligns the names, and then this text here says I plus 1, which is the number 1 right here, and then plus a colon, and then the leader is I0, so that puts in their names here, and then it also offsets the Y position by each one, and then it does basically the same thing for the numbers. And if we go up to the leaders variable, you can change these attributes to like anything you like and whatever. This is the second one. And there's another piece of code you can put in here to make sure that no matter what order these are in, that the one with the highest score will always be in first. So I'll just paste it in here. As you can see, Jack with 3,000 points went up to the top and Harold was below. So say I added like 530 to could be you, and now it's more than Harold. So wherever you put the name, doesn't matter where you put it, will always be sorted by the score. So this piece of text says leaders.sort function AB return B1 minus A1. Alright, so let's reset this all back to could be you 0. Okay, now that setup is done. We have these two scenes, leaderboard and how, complete. And then for the next session, we will be working on the actual gameplay. Alright, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.